from Nalgonda. I'm not going to play the audio because it's provocative. These slogans that this crowd is raising is very, very provocative. We cannot broadcast it for a national audience. But what I do want to say is that this particular video from Nalgonda, it shows people raising very provocative slogans against the BJP and RSS. The police have identified the slogan raiser as a 25-year-old vegetable vendor. He has now been arrested. But you can see the mob walking through what seems like a crowded and busy market. You can see sloganeering there. Very provocative slogans. And like I said, we have muted the audio deliberately because we do not want to incite the situation any further than it already is. Swastika is joining me on the phone line with more details on this. Swastika, so, what was restricted to Hyderabad for the last 24 hours or so, now it seems like it's spreading to other districts as well.
Yes, tension is simmering across Telangana, and this particular video is from Nalgonda. This happened yesterday, where, according to the police, this was a peaceful march that was being conducted by a group of minority community leaders who met with the police and gave their representation. But in the meantime, the police says that there were a group of youngsters who hijacked the rally and raised slogans. One individual prominently seen in the video has been arrested, and he's been identified as a 25-year-old. He works as a vegetable vendor in that area. But the other individuals who can be seen shooting the video are still at large, and CCTV examination process is underway to nab them.
Okay, well, we'll leave it at that. Thanks very much, Swastika Das, for joining us on the phone line. So the main guy who's been seen raising slogans in this video has been arrested. The others are being identified through CCTV footage and other means, and they will also soon be arrested, is what the Nalgonda police have told. But like I said, the reason why we are not playing out that audio and we've muted that audio is because it's an open threat to the RSS and to the BJP. It's provocative in its very nature, and therefore, as a responsible broadcaster, we are not going to be playing that audio. But it does show how this is now spreading from Hyderabad to other interior districts as well. But let me go back to Rashmi Samant. Rashmi Samant, the thing that is being said by TRS, Congress, other opposition parties is that Mr. Raja Singh is a habitual offender. The BJP may have suspended him, but look at the kind of reception he got after he came back on bail, and that too within a day after he got bail from the additional chief metropolitan magistrate. People were taking aarti of this man. There were Jai Shri Ram slogans. It's almost like he was being venerated like a hero. And for what? For making a derogatory comment about Prophet Muhammad?
Well, I definitely feel that you cannot equate call to violence with, offense taken. For offense taken, there is a proper judicial process, and if you think that there is something offensive, then there is a proper way and a proper channel to pursue that. These calls for violence, you cannot equate the two. There is no way that you can do it, and especially since many innocent lives are going because of that. I mean, Kanhaiya Lal was nowhere connected to any of the leaders. Umesh Kole was in no way connected to any of the leaders. So we need to look at how, these two things cannot be compared. It's not an apple and an apple, that you cannot make these comparisons. And you need to also recognize the fact that these slogans, they depict a deeper rot within society. It also points to the kind of radicalization that is, that's adrift in society, and that it needs to be addressed with strong action. Because you see that from one side there are only comments that are coming in. I mean, M.F. Hussain used to make crazy comments about Hindus and Hindu gods, but he was safe. But the same thing is not happening the other way. You can clearly see there's a distinction.
No, M.F. Hussain, at least in the last part of his life, was living in exile away from India because of those very threats, which was caused because of the paintings that he made of nude Hindu gods and goddesses. But be that